We live. This is Brawler Sports TV. If you listen to on the playback, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. This is a live stream. This special episode is for Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett. They made the 2020 Hall of Fames. Hall of Fame. Shout out to them brothers. Um, I'd like to give a special thanks to um, Madhouse Boxing. Um, Special thanks to Jermaine. I'd like to give a special thanks to everybody, right? In Madhouse Boxing. All the great guys I coach, all the ladies I coach, everybody doing good. You know what I mean? We're building an amateur boxing program there. So shout out to them. So anybody listen to this on the playback, if you're in Maryland, come to Madhouse Boxing. So first of all, let me say this. I was happy to see Kobe get inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I was happy to see Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. Now I grew up watching those guys. You know what I mean? Kobe, he was a monster. Tim Duncan, he was a monster, and Kevin Garnett was a monster. Kobe, my favorite basketball player, my favorite shooting guard in the world. Tim Duncan is my favorite power forward. You know what I'm saying? Like I really, you know what I'm saying? Like when I and like Kevin Garnett, he was a monster with himself. You know what I mean? He got held, I felt like he got held back a lot because he was with the Timberwolves for a long time, but he went to Boston and he won himself a chip. They beat the Lakers in it. So that was a hell of a series. I remember that series. And then they beat us in '08, and we came back and beat them in 2010. Yes, if not mistaken. So I'm happy them brothers made it to the Hall of Fame. That was a good thing, man. I was happy, man. Kobe wife gave a wonderful speech. You know what I'm saying? She gave a wonderful speech. That was a good speech she gave. Tim Duncan, he was very emotional and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny because he was like, I can't thank Pop. He think I can't drink. I can't thank Greg Popovich because he gonna get mad. And man, they was some hell of a man. They was some hell of a basketball players, man. Tim Duncan was Mr. Fundamental. He was just nasty with it. You know what I mean? He was just a great player. Um, Kevin Garnett, he was a great player too, man. He just had that umph in him. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that about Kevin Garnett. He was just he was always willing to fight on some rah rah shit and all that. It was just weird though. But man, them brothers was hell of a basketball players, man. They brought a lot to the game. Like if you think about it, man, they legends within themselves. Like Kobe, a legend within himself. Tim Duncan is a legend within himself, and Kevin Garnett is a legend within himself. They brought something. Each guys brought something special to the game. You know what I mean? Everybody, we always talk about all the great things Kobe done, and we always talk about he did this thing, he did that, right? And but Tim Duncan, he was a great player. He was a great player by himself. Like when I was growing up and I got to see Tim Duncan play, he was different. He shoot off the backboard, come pass it correctly. You know what I'm saying? And he was like a humble killer. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the type of guy like he would come through and he because he got that soft type demeanor, but he'd come through, boom, shoot in your face, keep it pushing. And you know what I mean? Kevin Durant, he was a monster too, man. Like growing up watching Kevin Durant, he was just a nasty player. He had that long range. That long range. It wasn't by the 3 point line, but it was a long range. He'd put it right in your face all day, and he'd get down there and dunk on you, man. Somebody came here and said, yeah, Tim was nice, man. Tim was a monster, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it was just crazy, man. Growing up watching them guys, man, it was just magnificent, man. Like after Jordan and all those guys kind of left and faded out, then then Kevin Durant came in. Oh, I'm 95. Kobe came in 96. Tim Duncan came in 97, and then they just carried it from there, right? And it was just crazy, man. Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, my bad. I said Durant. I don't know why I keep talking about that guy there on Kevin Durant. But Kevin Garnett, he was just crazy. He just had to admit, KG just had it from bow, bow. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, hold on. Let me read the text. They said, how about them Nets? KD is crazy. How about them Nets though? Okay. Let's talk about the Nets, right? I'm about to be very, very not biased. I'm not gonna be biased when I say this. The Nets never won nothing, right? They never won nothing ever in history. I don't remember. I remember them getting swept in 2002 by the Lakers. I mean, they had a couple squads. They had Jason Kidd on their team. They had Jason Williams, the one that caught the body, right? They had quite a few Hall of Famers, but if you want me to talk about this year, they're gonna be a problem in the playoffs this year. My thing is they defense. Like I'm just worried about their defense. You know what I mean? I'm not promising. I'm not gonna say they're gonna win, but I'm not gonna say they're gonna lose. But in a long stretch, if they stop hitting their shots and they can't stop somebody else from scoring, what's going to happen? And that's for any team. So defense, hold on. Wow, you bringing up bodies. Hey, he funny as I don't know what. So, you mean my personal opinion is that I'm just worrying about the Nets defense. Other than that, man, they got a hell of an offense, man. They got KD, they got Kyrie, and they got James Harden. Now, every last one of them guys didn't choke when it was every last one of them guys didn't choke when it was crunch time, when it was on their back. When it was just on their back, every single one of them guys choked. That is a fact. That's not me being biased. But with they big three, they gonna give anybody problems in the playoffs. Now you still gotta worry about they still gotta worry about the Sixers. They still gotta worry about the Bucks. And in the way, I mean, I don't think the Knicks can beat them. But if they say they met up with the Knicks somehow, the Knicks would give them a problem. He said their defense ain't good on paper, but they play well as a team. Okay, okay. Let's say they do play well as a team, right? What happens when it get crunch time and they can't stop the guy? See, like, even though there's a scoring machine, even though there's a scoring machine, but everybody go cold. And then once they go cold, right? And the guy and they can't stop nobody. What's gonna happen then? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my only problem with the Nets is their defense. Other than that, their offense, they got one of the best offense in the league. They got three of the best offensive players in the league, right? You know what I'm saying? Kyrie can do what he want, James Harden can do what he want, and KD can do what he want. So that is a fact. But if you want me to be honest with you, hold on. That all depends on the team. You saying if everybody go at cold at the same time, okay. But okay, so now if say everybody go cold, you not hitting nothing, they not hitting nothing, right? But they getting in little teeny buckets, maybe two right here, three right there, right? But y'all can't stop them from getting them little twos, them little threes, them little twos, them little threes, right? That's 10 points that they got ahead of y'all because y'all couldn't get the little shots, the little teeny shots, the little, like because everybody go cold, but sometimes they hit a couple little shots, but y'all can't stop them couple little shots. What about things like that? My Nets, my Nets homeboy in here, since he love the Nets so much, I'll wait for you. He said he'd be lagging sometimes, but it's kind of hard to have faith in those guys from watching those guys for so many years. He said, "Yeah, but I mean, but we also seen." He said all our players are in the top 15 in threes, but we also saw teams like that lose too, right? We also seen teams like that who good 3-point shooters. We also seen them teams lose. Them teams get knocked out of the playoffs. Them teams not win the finals. We also seen that too. So if you depending on your team got 15, you said they got all our players is in the top 15 and threes. Yeah, but that don't mean you guaranteed to win a chip. Cause I didn't seen you didn't seen it. We all didn't seen a a team that bang 3-pointers can shoot their ass off lose. So I'm not banging on them. I'm not banging on um they 3-pointers because last time I checked, the Clippers was number one in 3-point shooting. Golden State's have a nice run before they lost and they saw. Okay. All right, so that is true. Golden State did. They was bucking them, buck Splash Brothers. They was bucking them. That was true, right? But the Nets ain't Golden State back a few years ago. The Nets ain't Golden State. I mean, your man went to him. As they say, your man went to the. If you can't beat him, join him, and he did that. He went to him, made the team, better, right? That's a fact. But that shit ain't gonna really work forever. The game is different now. Yeah, I mean the game is different now, but LeBron won championships similar to the old ways. I mean, Steph and them, they won their championships to the new way, but the new way ain't gonna last that long. And that's why I feel like the new way ain't gonna last that long. Because if you got a good defensive team, and then the new way you keep shooting, and then if y'all start missing and they grabbing the rebounds, grabbing the boards, and y'all ain't got nobody to grab the rebounds and grab the boards, they gonna come back down, put it in the paint. Big men. I mean, I know they saying it in a big man game no more, but a coach to have big men can do better. He said every team got a one-on-one player for when all else fail. We got three of them. Okay. All right. So, okay. I see what you're saying, bro. So let me say this, right? You got three one-on-one players, right? But that's not the first time in history that you had good three or one-on-one players on the team, or quite a few, and they still lost. So you banking on three guys, and I'm not saying the Nets can't win a chip. That's not what I'm saying. But you banking on three guys who good at offense, but defense win championships. It always been that way, and it always will be that way. Now I'm not saying they can't win, but their chances are slim just because offense don't have having not won as many championships as defense. Wait for him to respond. And this is not no hate or no shade against the Nets or anything like that. This is just my view of the game for what I saw. I'm gonna let him respond because he told me to take a couple seconds. Other than that, we can go to the next subject. Let's go to the next subject. All right, let me say this, man. The state of boxing, right? So my channel is a boxing channel, sports channel, but I mainly cover boxing and basketball. They two of my favorite sports. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm gonna talk about like kickboxing and Muay Thai and stuff. I know how to do all that too, but I'm just gonna speak on just boxing right now. The state of boxing is like weird, right? Cause every time I turn on the channel, every time I turn on YouTube, every time I turn on this, is this. Like 1 minute is Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury fight Deontay Wilder. Um, this person signed this person ain't signed this, and yesterday I saw that Canelo offered Caleb Plant $10 million. What else I saw? Um, it's just weird. Like the state of boxing now is just like until somebody signed a contract, you really can't. You really don't know what's going on. They saying like it's just it's just a bunch of bull, in my opinion. And like I'm gonna talk like at Madhouse, we got this amateur boxing program with these kids and a couple young adults, and we just trying to like build them and build them so they can be good boxers, great boxers, whatever they want to do, right? And that's the beginning. But as they get older and as things get like some of them turn pro, the politics and stuff, like when some of them turn pro, the politics and stuff is gonna come with the boxing. So like when I be in the gym and I be talking to them and I be coaching them, what I'm saying? I just try to stick with them with the things they doing right now. But if some of the guys go pro and things like that, or some of the kids go pro, it's gonna be a lot of politics with it. There's gonna be a lot of politics with it. I got you, cuz after this, I got you. I got you. Um, but it's gonna be a lot of it's a whole lot of politics with it. Just and the politics is wrong in boxing. It's ruining it. It's just ruining. It's just 1 minute this guy fighting this guy, 1 minute this guy not. 1 minute this guy don't want to fight this guy because he ain't got enough fights. Or he ain't got enough clout. Or this side don't mess with this side, and that side don't mess with that side, and this side and this side. It's so much bull. It's like when you a boxing fan and you've been watching boxing like most of your whole life, you like, I don't want to say these guys scared. I'm going. I'm just like they scared to lose. Okay, we had a conversation. I don't want to say these guys scared. It's like they scared to lose. Like it's like it's like nowadays if you lose, you not you nobody now. You can't take an L or you nobody, right? It's like they messing up the game so much. This is my personal opinion. They messing up the game so much. It's like what, like Canelo don't fight, even though he got the crown, but he if he don't fight Jamal, if he don't fight Boo Boo, if he don't fight David Benavidez, right? If he don't fight or he but he want to fight Caleb Plant, but it's like I like Canelo, and I fuck with Canelo, and I know that he got the right to pick who he want because he the king and he on the throne now. But it's like if these dudes don't fight each other, it's like what the fuck is we doing here? It's like if Earl Spence don't fight Terrence Crawford, man, what the fuck is we doing here? If if Lopez don't fight Haney, Tank, or Garcia, like what we doing here? It's like it's like mind blowing. Like if these guys don't fight each other, it's like if Tyson Fury don't and Deontay Wilder don't have the trio, right? It's like what we doing here is Anthony Joshua don't fight Deontay Wilder. It's like what the fuck is we doing here? Why y'all? I mean, not to say what the fans don't. We don't care. It's like yo, we don't care about the politics. We want to see you guys fight each other because this is what we pay money for. We love watching y'all fight. It's like y'all guys are ruining boxing and y'all don't even know it. It's like they don't even know they ruined boxing. They don't even really know it. They thinking this and this and this. But then you got people who don't even like boxing, but they know certain particular boxers and they want them to fight. For instance, Ryan Garcia. In that division, he more popular than all of them, right? And then you got Tank, then you got Haney, then you got Lopez, right? So you got Lopez from New York, Tank from Baltimore, Devin Haney from Oakland, but he be in Las Vegas, and Ryan Garcia from California. But people know these guys, but they know Ryan Garcia the most. How big would you think that'd be if those four guys fight each other? That would be so big for boxing. It would be so big. That's only the smaller level. But my personal opinion, the biggest fight in boxing is Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford. Point blank, period. Not Tyson Fury and not Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder trio, not Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, right? Not Canelo and the Charlo or Canelo and Dave Benavidez, Canelo or Boo Boo or okay. The biggest fight in boxing is Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, point blank period. No, ain't is ain't no bigger fight. Period. It's no bigger fight at all. My man said he got blood all day. And listen to me. The thing about it is Bud is not the underdog. He the underdog in that situation because on popularity terms, right? But think about this. Just gonna go down. Just gonna go down, right? If Earl Spence win the first fight, he fight, and then if they have a trio, they will be $100 million men if they have a trio. So if Bud win, and then Earl win the second one, and they have a third one for the tiebreaker, for whatever which way it go, they will be they will be making money like Floyd made. But everybody let the politics and things like that get in the way. When I be in the gym, one young dude I train, he always talk about, he's saying he got Bud winning, right? I tell him I got Earl winning, right? But it don't matter who I got winning or who he got winning. If they don't fight, it be one of those what it could have been. What it could have been fights. I mean, it could have been this, it be one of those situations. Well, he could have won, or maybe he could have won, or maybe he could have won, or maybe he won. You know what I mean? Like Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. Like who could have really won? Like Mike Tyson never fought Riddick Bowe. You see what I'm saying? Like Mike Tyson never fought Riddick Bowe. Who could have won? Mike Tyson never fought Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe never fought Lennox Lewis in the pro. We can go back, but now we go with the heavyweight. Anthony Joshua never fought Deontay Wilder when they both was undefeated. Now both of them got a loss. And then I seen something on Instagram when it said, I seen something on Instagram when it said the fight of the century. Get the fuck out of here. The fight of the century. The fight of the century. Who they had? Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. That wasn't the fight of the century. You want to know the fight of the century? Not. It could have been at the time a few years ago if Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua would have fought a few years ago. Not the fight of the century, but that'd have been big. But now both of them got lost, and now it don't even matter. It says who knows who would have won. Exactly. When the Riddick Bowe and Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe and Lenzo, who know who would have won? Riddick Bowe threw his belt in the trash can, and I seen on YouTube Holyfield clowning him about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like who could have really won? Yeah, it's played out now. I don't even now I'm not saying I wouldn't cover it and I wouldn't want it to happen, but I mean when they both was undefeated and they was hot and they found their way to get Anthony Joshua that $50 million. When they found a way to get Anthony Joshua that $50 million and he didn't take it, man, that was a big blow to boxing, man. That was a big blow to boxing. That was a big blow because he asked for $50 million on an interview, and El Heyman and them figured out a way to give him his 50 million guaranteed, and he didn't want it. Then he lost to Andy Louise. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. The passion of for fighting is not. It ain't, man. I mean, it's not, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This might sound weird, man, and my homeboy gonna laugh when I say this, man. I feel and I'm not saying I'm 100% about this, but this is my personal feelings. I feel like these dudes ain't got the dog in them no more. Like everybody don't want to fight everybody to prove who the best. This is why they said it should be one goddamn belt, one belt. Everybody fight for the belt, but for the money reason, it's not one belt, but one belt. Everybody fight for the belt. Then we find out who the man is. But as long as there's all these belts, all these different all these different promotion companies, this and this and this, the Zone, PBC, Top Rank, and all that, there's always gonna be some bullshit with it. It's always gonna be some bullshit with it. They're gonna find reason to find gaps. And I'm gonna say this, man. Seemed like Terrence Crawford seemed like he the only one was speaking out. But the other guys, was just like, I mean, call a spade, man. These guys, they just like I know people who don't even know boxing that well, but they know certain fighters and they want to see them guys fight, and it'll bring so much revenue to these guys that they wouldn't know. That's like when Al Heyman and them start going doing the fights for free again. It brought so much attention because it was for free. I know some older dudes, you know what I'm saying? They was like, man, I ain't paying for no fights. Yeah, I ain't paying no pay-per-view for these fights. And then some of the fights you pay for pay-per-view or you watch on pay-per-view, be some trash. Some of them pay-per-view fights must be some trash. Some of them pay-per-view fights, they be some trash, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Man, my next topic is this, man. Before I get up out of here, man. I want to talk about Javante Tank Davis, right? So I want to talk about Tank. Um, I think he moving up to 140, and he fighting a guy named Mario. I'm not. I ain't got it written down or I forgot, but excuse me. But I think that fit him well. Tank. He's a short guy, stocky, but I think 140 he gonna do. I think he can do good at 140. I think he do good at 140 because 135 and 130 he was draining himself out. So I think he'd do good at 140. Um, I mean, I think he can win. You know what I'm saying? Because I think his power gonna translate. Hey yo, cuz don't do that on my live, man. Don't do that on my live, man. Don't do that on my live, man. All right, man. We ain't doing that. But yeah, I think his power translate, man. No lie, man. I think Tank could do good, man, at 140, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the boxing programs in Baltimore. Shout out to all the boxing programs in Maryland. Shout out to all the boxing programs all over the world to help kids out, help young adults out. I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go live on Instagram. This is Brawler Sports TV. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, share the live. Peace. I'm out of here. See y'all later.